can say I am considering it.
As nuclear talks continue to sputter, President Trump appears ready to take action against Iran as a U.S. strike force rapidly takes shape in the region.
This comes as new intelligence suggests that Iran may be rebuilding its nuclear program following Trump's tactical strikes on their facilities last year, raising fresh concerns about Tehran's nuclear ambitions and the risk of further escalation in the region.
Joining us now is former U.S. Ambassador at Large, Nathan Sales. Ambassador, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I want to start with the nuclear stuff because, you know, the whole point of the strike this past summer was to obliterate it. And by most accounts, that happened. But it seems like Iran is very intent on resuscitating some form of what they had before. What do you make of the latest information?
Well, thanks for having me on. I think this shows that the Iranians are not going to give up their weapons program voluntarily. And let's be clear, this is a nuclear weapons program. The only reason that they could be playing with fire right now and risking another massive and catastrophic American military attack on them, nobody is doing that because they want cheap electricity. They're doing it because they want to preserve a pathway to a bomb. And that is exactly why you're seeing the president bring an armada to their shores to send a very clear message. The door to diplomacy is still open, but it's not going to be open forever. It's going to close real soon, and it would be in Iran's interest to take a deal that permanently ends their nuclear weapons program.
You know, is Iran just toying with us, Ambassador, just using these talks as a delay tactic?
That is certainly a page right out of the Iranian playbook. They will make a big show about negotiating, but they don't actually have an intent to make the necessary compromises and concessions to bring this to a successful resolution. So I think this is not the president's first rodeo. President Trump has seen the Iranian playbook this term, but also during his first term. I don't think he's going to be fooled. I don't think his patience is unlimited. He set a deadline, and we'll see if the Iranians are smart enough to get the message.
If this ends up becoming armed conflict, Ambassador, how concerned are you about Iran's retaliation? The Strait of Hormuz is clearly something they're going to target because that's where the world's energy moves through. They've got ballistic missile capability. Are you concerned that the retaliation from them could be significant?
It could be, and I think the planning for an attack on the Iranian regime would take all of that into account. If we're going to go in, I think some of the first targets that would be eliminated would be exactly Iran's ballistic missile capabilities, the naval assets that they would use to mine or close the Straits of Hormuz, basically any of Iranian military capabilities that could be used to hold us at risk or commercial shipping, I think would be high on the list of targets, along with air defenses and various other capabilities. Iran is as weak today as it has ever been. They still have some capabilities, but they are as weak as they have been in decades. And I think because we have all this leverage, we should use it to get the best possible deal. And the Iranians are not exactly in a position to dictate terms.
You know, Ambassador, we want to get you on President Trump's travel to China at the end of the month. What are you expecting from that visit? What are you looking for?
I think what we should expect to see from the Chinese side, from Xi Jinping, is he's going to be probing us. He's going to be looking for signs that the United States is prepared to, for example, throw Taiwan under the bus or other Indo-Pacific allies. He's going to be looking for signs of weakness. And that is the one thing that we cannot afford to show. If Xi Jinping thinks that America's commitment to our allies in the Indo-Pacific and to Taiwan in particular is weak, that is going to be an invitation for him to start probing. And we've seen the Chinese do that with the Philippines. We've seen the Chinese do that with militarizing islands in the Pacific after promising President Obama not to do it. If Xi Jinping senses weakness, he's going to see what he can take advantage of.
Well, I doubt that President Trump's going to be reading any notes from AOC on Taiwan. That might be a good start on that.
That would be a disaster.
Ambassador Nathan Sales, great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you both.
All right.